All you have to do is go to loveshiners.org and you'll be a part of something special too. Thank you so much.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, hundreds dead in Israel as terrorists and Hamas bombed Tel Aviv over the weekend. We're live in Washington, where Congress is struggling to address the crisis without a speaker selected. Plus, a new manager is selected for the Delta County Airport. We'll tell you who and his background. And celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day, the ceremonies and sessions on Northern Michigan University's campus today. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP. News at 6.
A beautiful start to the weekend has now been punctuated with this chill in the air. Ariane, I finally broke down and turned my furnace on.
Same. I did that this morning. I was like, all right, done. I need some heat in this house. But we will expect more chilly conditions this week. So if you haven't turned your furnace on, it might be time for that. Breezy winds continuing and then lake-enhanced rain showers expected. We could see snowflakes in the higher lands or the higher terrain of Michigamme Highlands, and then those temperatures, check it out, 40 to 60 for the day and maybe hitting 30s for the evening. At the National Weather Service today, we saw a high of 41. Your full forecast after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now, political science and international relations experts in Lansing are expressing concern over how the impact of the Hamas attacks on Israel over the weekend could be felt here, with renewed violence over the weekend killing over 900 Israelis, most of them civilians. An MSU professor of Israeli studies says while there could be economic impacts, she's more concerned about an increase in anti-Semitism, both overseas and here in Michigan.
There's so much that we can't anticipate, yet one thing we know is that sometimes in these wars, anti-Semitism increases even more. We also want to be careful of, in these wars, not dehumanizing Palestinians and having compassion for them, as Hamas does not represent most Palestinians.
Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News at 11:10 Central, we'll have more on the Hamas attacks in Israel and how those impacts may be felt across the U.S. And as we are still watching and monitoring the crisis there, it has put a renewed scrutiny on Congress, especially on the House, because they're without a speaker. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp joins us live from the U.S. Capitol. Rachel, the House has an interim speaker right now until a new one is elected. So how does that impact the chamber's ability during this time?
Good evening, Sarah. So according to the people I spoke with, as well as other sources, this House Speaker pro tem really doesn't have that much power. What I'm being told is that they have the authority to call in members to vote in for a new speaker, to adjourn, and to break for recess, just to name a few things. Now, when the House ousted Kevin McCarthy last week as Speaker, a post 9/11 rule was enacted. Basically, the Speaker has to provide a list of successors if there is no longer a Speaker. Not only are we in uncharted territory by having the House successfully vote out a speaker, but now we are dealing with this in a time of crisis. Without a speaker, the House cannot perform legislative business, meaning if members of Congress wanted to provide emergency funding for Israel, the legislation can't be brought to the House floor. But according to Todd Belt, the George Washington University professor and director of political management, the U.S. is still able to provide aid without Congress's approval.
Does have the ability to move weapons from U.S. stockpiles over to Israel. And the president actually plans on doing that. And the United States has plenty it can draw upon in order to do so. Unless this gets dragged out for weeks and weeks, I don't think it's going to have an impact on the United States' ability to supply weaponry to Israel.
Belt also adds that this doesn't look good for our country right now, that the House is not in order during this time of crisis that we're seeing right now in Israel. He says that the House is very important when it comes to foreign and national security, and without a leader, it's very problematic. Now, Sarah, we do expect members to possibly start voting in a new speaker as early as this week. Sarah, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you. And following the initial attack in Israel over the weekend, Congressman Jack Bergman released a statement saying, in part, Hamas are not militants, they are terrorists and entirely deserve a robust and swift response from Israel as they defend themselves from this evil. Senator Gary Peters also released a statement saying, in part, he condemns this terrorism and we must continue to stand with Israel. Around the UP, after months of searching, the Delta County Airport has finally found its next manager. Administrators have officially hired Robert Ranstadler, who has a background in military aeronautics, to take over the role. The Airport Advisory Board began interviewing applicants shortly after the former manager resigned in June. The Advisory Board says it's glad to be able to move forward with someone permanently at the helm.
Relief. It's not the first time we've been without a manager in my tenure, but to have it drag on for 4 months is too long, and we're excited to have this behind us.
The advisory board members say they are appreciative of the small team of workers who have kept the airport running smoothly during the hiring process. Ranstadler will begin working as the manager of the Delta County Airport on Tuesday. Students, faculty, and community members gathered on the campus of Northern Michigan University this morning for a celebration of Indigenous Peoples Day. The day is celebrated on the second Monday of October to honor and celebrate the histories and cultures of Indigenous peoples, both locally and around the country. The event had speakers, drum circles, and a healing march around part of campus. Organizers say they were happy to see such a large and diverse group at the celebration.
We have a long road ahead of us on what it looks like truly being a community with Indigenous representation in general. And so it's a long journey and we don't really know what it looks like, but it's exciting because of days like this.
The Native American Student Association also held a reception this afternoon. An evening celebration featuring a panel discussion and dancing is happening right now until 9 p.m. A new veteran outreach event is coming to Alger County tomorrow. The Michigan Center for Rural Health has been going county to county to connect veterans to new resources. They've been doing this since last winter. It will host Alger County's first event at the Munising Legion Post starting at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Veterans can find a variety of resources there, including PACT Act eligibility, housing, even fraud awareness.
Rural area where they're spread out so much, a lot of land to cover. And in general, there might be a lot of veterans that are here because they just didn't want to be that well connected. And so we're trying to dig them out of the woods and make sure that they're connected with their resources, and then they can go back to the woods and still get those resources.
That event runs until 5 p.m. tomorrow. We have more details about the center's outreach efforts on our website. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus life in the 906. Now that it's fall, Jim Koski is speaking on a very uncherished tradition of autumn time in the UP. And later, family fun in Escanaba. A look at the event over the weekend that also helps support the Toys for Tots campaign. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
As FBI agents, we're expected to find the truth.
13 people murdered.
They called him the Golden State Killer.
The cases you know.
We found Timothy McVeigh.
The inside story you don't.
The serial sniper has struck again.
They were shooting from the back of that trunk. My blood just going cold.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
New FBI True, Tuesday at 9/8 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Since the 15th century, Antwerp, Belgium has been the city for diamonds. Erickson Jewelers is going overseas to this diamond capital soon to handpick directly from a sparkling selection unlike any in the world. Tell us what you're looking for and we'll use our connections to personally find it in Antwerp's famous diamond district. This is a special opportunity that allows us to negotiate the best options and value for you. Find out how Erickson Jewelers can bring home your one-of-a-kind Antwerp diamond.
The UP's show for family fun. Join me for Pictionary here on WZMQ TV 19.
1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12.
1 Adam 12?
1 Adam 12, 1 Adam 12.
1 Adam 12, roger.
That's right. There's only one Adam 12.
I'll remember that.
Adam 12, weekdays at 5 on MeTV 19.1. Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Better get used to these temps, friends. These are our highs for the week. Currently, this is what we're seeing at the moment. We'll see these temperatures drop down a little bit further this evening, about 38 in Iron River and 39 there in Iron Mountain, with scattered showers likely continuing, as well as those breezy winds. We could see some snow in the Michigami Highlands. My mistake earlier. Those temperatures 35 to 45 tonight. Like I mentioned, you might want to turn that furnace on or get a fire going. We'll expect cloudy conditions for most of our Tuesday. That sunshine possibly returning on Thursday. Right now, those winds still coming out of the northwest, and again, lots of gusty conditions expected this evening. As we take a look around midnight, we could see about 26 here in Marquette, and everybody else a little bit chiller than that. And then Tuesday, midday, those gusts up to 25 miles an hour. The lake is also going to be very breezy. We've got a gale warning out there right now. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Right now here, so along the shorelines here for Marquette County as well as further west, we'll expect that until 8 o'clock this evening. Very strong winds and big waves, and then a gale warning for the majority of the eastern portion of the Lake Superior. We could see waves up to 13 feet and 40 knots there on the lake. So stay off the lake unless you are a daredevil. Okay, let's take a look at the past couple of hours. Lots of scattered showers throughout the central portions of the UP. And as you can see there, a little bit of mixture of possibly snow. In the, like I said, the western portion of Marquette County. As we zoom in here at current conditions, a little bit heavier precipitation further on the east side of our county at the moment. And then those showers continuing mostly along the north portion of the UP into our Tuesday morning. That's where we'll see showers in the morning there from 7 to about 10 a.m. as it moves a little bit eastward. Dry for the most part over in the west, but very cloudy conditions. Could see some sprinkles there. And then, like I said, we are expecting a lot of rain this week. 7 a.m. on Wednesday morning, maybe some scattered thunderstorms in Elger County, and then we'll clear up for just a little bit on our Wednesday evening. Possibly another round moving in later on that evening. All right, Tuesday forecast, we'll see about 40 degrees in that mid-range there, midday, and then likely showers for everybody. So make sure your student is bundled up, ready for those conditions, as the morning's going to be pretty chilly. So those highs, though, getting into the mid-40s on our Tuesday. And then our 7-day outlook for Marquette, we're staying very chilly. Thursday, we could see partial sunshine in that LSPR starting on Friday. We've got the Dryland Dash on Saturday and Sunday. Possible showers, friends.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Our 19 News Insights is coming up next. We're getting all the details about upcoming volunteer opportunities through the United Way of Marquette County. That conversation is just 2 minutes away.
Tonight, as the Israel-Hamas war escalates, Nora O'Donnell leads team coverage from Tel Aviv with the latest. How did Israeli intelligence miss the attack? What is the U.S. response? Also, what we're learning about U.S. citizens killed or missing tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Buckle's Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone. Superior Collision is seeking a certified auto body technician for full-time employment. Qualified candidates can call or apply in person, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Everyone loves the Great Lakes. They make you feel like dancing. A great place to celebrate is at Marquette's Maritime Museum, but your help is needed. The museum's roof needs to be replaced to preserve history for future generations. So kick up your heels and help by donating today. Simply go to WZMQ19.com and hit the Raise the Roof link. A public service message from the New Attitudes Dance Studios, the Marquette Maritime Museum, and WZMQ 19.
Hi, Paul.
Meet Opie Taylor. He's dramatic. A dreamer.
I wish that I get a B in arithmetic.
But most of all,
I think you're the best sheriff in the whole world.
he's devoted to Dad. It's Andy and Opie on The Andy Griffith Show.
Weeknights at 8 on MeTV 19.1. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Sarah Blakely.
With lots of fall events coming up, there are plenty of opportunities to be part of the action by volunteering. Joining us tonight is the Executive Director of the United Way of Marquette County, Andrew Rickower. Thanks for coming in again, Andrew.
Thanks for having me.
So this weekend is the UP 200 Dryland Dash. It's like the UP 200 sled dog races without the snow, and you're helping out with volunteering this year.
Yeah, looking for volunteers. It's a great way to see some of the action and training that goes in to the teams that do the UP 200, and the needs are across the board, from controlling spectators, serving food, the dog handlers, setup course, just everything. It's a great way to get out there and learn some skills before February.
Yeah, exactly. You can volunteer this weekend and then volunteer in the fall, or in February, in the winter time. Now's the fall. And the United Way is actually partnering with the UP 200 kind of as a new partnership this year, right?
Yeah, we'll also be having all their volunteer needs on Upers United for the big event in February.
Very nice.
Should be good.
Yeah, what was kind of the motivation for that partnership this year?
A lot of the organizations are finding out that Upers United is a good central spot to recruit and manage volunteers, and this is just another organization that fit right in and really brings community together, and that's what the site's all about.
Yeah, do you happen to know like how many volunteers they would need this weekend?
They're looking for about 42 total.
Okay.
And I think they're about a third of the way there.
Gotcha.
So still looking for quite a few people.
Of course. I'm sure that they're not going to turn people away either.
Right. Yeah.
All right. And then the next big thing is coming up next weekend, the Fresh Coast Film Festival. This has just expanded over the years, and that also needs some volunteers.
Yeah, that's just such a great community event over several days, and they look for volunteers to sell tickets, information, tables, door ticket checkers at all the different venues, because they've got multiple venues around town. Just a really great event to be part of, and since it's over several days, gives plenty of opportunity to help out and still enjoy the films.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a plus of volunteering, is you also kind of get to see what goes on and catch the films and whatnot. Another thing that's ongoing right now is the Public Radio 90 Pledge Drive. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, so public radio doesn't survive without pledges. And anytime you listen to it, you hear the pledge drive going on a couple times a year, and it's happening this week, and they just need volunteers to come in for a couple hours and just help answer the phone and collect those pledges. So get to see some of the behind the scenes and see what really makes the station tick. But yeah, they're always looking for people.
Yeah.
That goes through Thursday.
Yeah, and you said that there's like different shifts, so is that like it's going on all day, every day this week?
They're looking for a morning shift from like 7 to 9, and then I think 4 to 6 is the other one. So usually morning and evening are the two busier times for it.
Gotcha, that makes sense. And then finally, we've got Halloween at the Y. Everyone's looking forward to the different Halloween events, of course.
Yeah, the YMCA in Marquette here puts on a really great event for families and the kids, and they're just looking for volunteers to help control the kids and and manage the tables, all the games, activities, face painting. Just they've got so many arts, crafts, and games. So just need people to help organize it and keep it running smooth.
Yeah.
So,
what day is that event?
that is I believe the 29th.
Okay. So that's a Saturday? So it's a Monday, I think. 28, 29. We'll look it up on a calendar, y'all. Ariane says it's Sunday. Sunday is the 29th. And then, of course, Andrew, where do people go to find all that information?
Go to uppersunited.com, and it'll have the date and everything else on there.
All the information that you need to know. Andrew, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate it. Still ahead tonight is Life in the 906. Jim Koski's in the studio sharing about a fall tradition in the UP that I think we would probably all like to avoid at all costs. Find out in just a few minutes. And later, kicking off a Toys for Tots campaign in Delta County, the Fall Family Fun Day in Escanaba over the weekend. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. Community Action Alger Marquette is looking for mealtime helpers at the Forsyth Township Senior Center in Gwynn. Volunteers will help cook and package food for Meals on Wheels, serve food to congregate meal participants, and clean up the kitchen. This is an ongoing need with various shifts available. To sign up or check out other opportunities, head to upersunited.com.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, we're live from Israel, where a deadly attack from Hamas has sparked a full-blown war in the region. A mother of 3 tells us her family nearly burned to death while hiding from Palestinian militants who raided their home. That and more news tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
New CBS Tonight. It's the craziest game of bingo you've ever seen.
Every week, players can win $1 million.
Hosted by the one and only Jaime Camille.
We are making history.
And with music legend Sheila E.
Now we have a fiesta!
And new Loteria Loca. Tonight, after The Price is Right on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Hey everyone, Emerald Lagasse here, and I'm so excited to tell you about my biggest air fryer yet.
Introducing Emerald Lagasse's Dual Zone Air Fryer Oven. With dual-sided cooking chambers, now you can cook 2 different foods 2 different ways that finish at the same time. Enjoy juicy grilled burgers at the same time as air-fried french fries. Broiled savory salmon at the same time as roasted asparagus. The secret is in the QuickSync technology that matches the cooking times and settings of each food, so they're programmed to finish at the same time. But watch, remove the center divider and it transforms into a large 25-quart capacity oven. Now you can try Emerald Lagasse's Dual Zone Air Fryer Oven with free recipe book in your home for 30 days for just $14.99. But wait, we'll automatically upgrade you to his deluxe cooking kit and 1-year VIP protection plan absolutely free, complete with everything you need to cook Monday to Sunday family-size meals. Plus, ask how you can get free shipping. This offer will not last, so order now.
You're gonna love it, I guarantee it.
Who will be there when the final whistle blows or the final votes have been cast? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Let's chat about our life in the 906 and a not-so-fun fall tradition. Jim, this is always the time of year I dread driving at night, and it is for one reason in particular.
I feel you, Sarah. I feel you. You know, there are some UP traditions that are cherished, like going to the UP State Fair, snow days in May, and baby's first pasty. And then there are a few UP traditions that aren't so cherished, like your first, or your second, or your third car deer accident. Quick show of hands here. How many of you have ever run into a deer with your car? See? I'm guessing there are more people in the UP who have hit a deer than those who haven't. In Michigan, almost half of all car deer accidents occur between October and December. And in the UP, a quarter of those happen in just 2 counties, Delta and Dickinson. What gives you, guys? Was it something we said? Of course, if you've ever driven M95 between Iron Mountain and Republic or M35 south of Escanaba on a dark fall evening, you're probably not surprised by that statistic. In those areas, you'll often see more deer on the side of the road than cars coming the other way. And it's getting worse. According to AAA of Michigan, car deer accidents across the state are increasing because the deer herd is increasing. Fewer people are hunting these days, which means fewer deer are harvested, which means more deer are available to play around of let's jump in front of a car and see what happens on any given UP night. Help us, deer hunters. You're our only hope. So, take it easy on the road the next few months. Drive the speed limit. Pay attention to your surroundings and not your phone. And if you do see a deer on the road, do what experts say to do. Don't swerve. Head straight for the deer because odds are it'll move before you get there. And I don't know if this is possible, but maybe try to avoid Delta and Dickinson counties the next few months? Maybe? After all, there are some UP traditions we want you to uphold, like jumping in a cold lake after a hot sauna. But a UP tradition like hitting a deer with your car? Not so much. I'm Jim Koski, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
Jim, I'm actually one of the lucky few that has, I'm almost scared to say it, but I've never hit a deer. Ariane's shaking her head like, don't say it.
Just don't ever drive again and you'll be fine.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. That'll be easy. Yeah. Thank you very much, Jim. This past weekend, a regional Toys for Tots campaign began in Escanaba. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has a look at the event where it got started.
On Saturday, the 5th annual Fall Family Fun Day took over the UP State Fairgrounds. The fee to enter, a donation of an unwrapped toy or money to the Delta Menominee Toys for Tots campaign, hosted by Marine Corps Detachment 444.
The first part of October is usually the time frame when Toys for Tots kicks off, before the snow starts to fly, before people are holed up in their house and can't get out and do something fun.
The main attraction for guests was the Touch a Truck event. Local fire departments, law enforcement, and other organizations and businesses gave kids an interactive experience with their vehicles. A popular one was the Guardian Flight helicopter, which descended onto the fairgrounds as the day began.
We're just showing our support, let everybody know that we're part of this community and that we care what happens to the community. We're here to support them, their family members, in their time of need.
The city of Escanaba had several vehicles children could climb into, including trucks from the electrical department. Line workers had a display of equipment and tools and handed out free books to teach kids about what they do every day.
Kids aren't interested in the trades like they used to be. It's okay to work with your hands and not work in an office. It's also good to teach kids about the brotherhood and what we do.
Over the last 4 years, Fall Family Fun Day has raised approximately $10,000 for the Toys for Tots program. Organizers say it's an example of the constant generosity of the people of Delta and Menominee counties.
To see the community come together to give toys to children who might not otherwise get them on Christmas Day, I think it's huge. People are still very interested in raising money for such a worthy cause.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
We will continue these cold, wet, and blustery conditions throughout the week. Ariane has the outlook on the way.
Someday your son's going to test you. It's going to force you to make a decision.
A man must stand with his people, and we are not your people.
There is nothing you could do I won't forgive you for.
Yeah, there is.
Yellowstone, Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS.
Brought to you locally by Erickson Jewelers.
There are a lot of things out there going viral. But this fall and winter, you can help keep your immune system from going viral and help protect it from the flu virus and the COVID-19 virus by getting your vaccinations. You can get both vaccines at the same time. The world has enough going viral these days. Talk to your healthcare provider.
All-wheel drive season is coming. Changes, weather, road conditions. What doesn't change? Toyota's commitment to giving you the freedom to explore with more all-wheel drive choices, like the adventurous RAV4, America's best-selling SUV. Now get a new RAV4 with low 3.99 APR financing or 4.99 on an electrified RAV4 hybrid, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Change is coming. Stay ahead with RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
Some breezy showers for you this week. Those temperatures right now in the 40s. Those are going to be mostly our highs for the week. Check it out here Tuesday and Wednesday. We've got mostly cloudy skies on our Tuesday, continuing on Wednesday with those temperatures warming up just a scotch. Our 7-day outlook for Escanaba, chances of showers into Wednesday, and then we're expecting drier conditions on Thursday with a high of about 57 down there. Partly sunny skies and showers likely to return Friday.
That does it for us for now. Thanks for being here. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central.